Today we're going to look at passive infinitive. We're going to look at first infinitive, then how to put the infinitive into passive. Then we're going to look at how to do the past infinitive and how to put that into the passive form as well. So we use the infinitive generally in the same way as the gerund to talk about an activity in general. So we might say, I like to play football with to plus infinitive. I like to play football. We're talking about playing in a general way, and so we use the infinitive here. It's also possible in this example to use the gerund in the same way. I like playing football. We talk about playing in a general way. So this is the basic use of the infinitive. How would we pass that into past infinitive? Well, we have to use the structure. Instead of to plus infinitive, we have to use the structure to have plus past participle. In this case, we might be able to say something like, he seems to have missed the bus. What we played yesterday. Perhaps we can say, I'm happy to have played football yesterday. Happy to have played football yesterday. She seems to have missed the bus. She appears not to have bought a ticket. So what's the meaning here? I'm happy to have played football yesterday. We're talking about the activity in a general way, the general activity of playing football, and it's been done yesterday. She seems to have missed the bus. We're talking about the activity of missing the bus, which happened, and that particularly happened yesterday. And then the next one, the activity of buying a ticket, and we're referring to that in a past time. So we're referring to not buying a ticket yesterday. So how do we use a past infinitive? A passive infinitive. So we have to use, in this case, to be plus past participle. Instead of to have plus past participle, it's to be. For example, he seems to be prepared for the exam. It's passive because we're not saying what she is doing, but the way she seems to be. We're talking about her, not what she does. And infinitive because we're talking about the general context of being prepared and the general context of the exam. The book appears to be made of bamboo paper. In this case, we're talking about the general context of what it's made of, and it's in passive form because we're not saying who made it. We're just talking about the material it's made of in a general way. So how do we put this into the past passive infinitive then? So in this case, we have to use to have been plus past participle. For example, I'm happy to have been invited to the party. So we're talking about the general activity of being invited, and that has happened to me in this case. I'm happy to have been invited to the party. Another example. It was an honor to have
to have been selected for an award. So we're talking about the general activity of being selected for an award, something that happens to many people. And in this case, it was an honor for me because that activity happened to me. It happened to me. It was not me doing it, so it's passive because it happened to me in the past, and we're using the infinitive to talk about it in a general way. Alright, we're going to finish off there.